Okay, I'm going to show you how to get started on your visual presentations. So the first thing to do is to open up your note cards. Here's some note cards that I made in the past. It doesn't have the cool lines that yours does, but they are note cards. You'll see that it's full of text for our project. And my example that I'm going to do is about someone named Meghan Markle. Okay, so first open it up, and then I want you to go to File, New, Presentation, and it just opens up a blank presentation. Now I'm doing this video from home, so my screen is not as wide, but I'm still going to split my screen, even if it's not quite as wide as the nice ones in front of you. So you'll want to split your screen as well. And you're going to want to count how many note cards you have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You might have less, you might have more, depending on if you had that extra card or not. But I'm going to create 9 because that's how many I have here. So you're going to create 9 as well. Before we start creating, you don't need this box for add title. You don't need the subtitle box, so you can get rid of those boxes. What you're going to want to do is click on the arrow here and choose blank. And after you choose blank one time, just press return and it'll make all of your slides. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And again, pause this and make your slides. And when you're ready, come back to this video. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is have a really nice photo for my first slide. Now I could have 2, tops 3 photos on a slide. Again, a large photo is a lot better than having a lot of little tiny photos. It just gets cluttered. But first, let me get a nice photo. There's 2 ways that I could do this quickly. I'm going to make this screen bigger since my screen's small. You can go up to Insert, Image, search the web, and I'm going to type in Meghan Markle. Feel free to type in the person that you are doing. And there'll be a lot of choices here that I could use. There's actually quite a lot of choices. Now, if you feel like that's not enough, then you could also do a normal Google search, limiting usage types. It really should be the same list. Well, that's pretty cool. It really should be the same list, but I'll show you that way too. So I'm just going to type in Meghan Markle's name and go to Images. You learned this yesterday. Go to Tools, Usage Rights, Labored for Reuse. And it probably is the exact same list that was just propagated here. But what's nice about doing it this way is you probably end up getting the attribution to put on your slide. Meghan Markle is a princess, so that's pretty much why she's so famous. There's lots of great pictures of her and her husband. She is a mother now, so hopefully I can find one with her baby. But it's just going to take a little bit of time to go through. Now, because it is my front picture, I want a nice large picture that doesn't get pixelated, so I can also do a search for large pictures, so none of them are going to be tiny and get pixelated. I feel like this one here is probably a great picture. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to press Control-click, copy the image, and paste it. Nice. Be careful if you make it larger. Make sure you go by the corner and make sure it doesn't get too pixelated. I'm going to put it on large screen. Now it looks nice and clear. It's a really good high quality image. Okay, so I have my person here. I do have to give attribution, so let's see. If it comes from Wikipedia Commons, I'm trying to see if there's a fast way here. I don't think there is. I got to click on Wikipedia Commons. And it should give me the author. The author is Northern Ireland Office. Great. Okay. So I'm just going to copy Northern Ireland office and make a little text box. Photo by Northern Ireland office on Wikimedia. What's Wikimedia? It's like Wikipedia, it just has just the photos and things like that. See, if you look up here at the top, it says Wikimedia. And I could even, which is even the higher level here, I'm going to copy this link, go back to my presentation, and where it says Wikimedia, I am going to click this link button, paste this in. So if Ms. Milton wants to go check to see if that picture really is in Wikimedia, then she can click and go right to this web page. All right, that looks really good. I could get another image because it doesn't seem to be taking up all the time. I don't mean time, I mean space. But I do need to put a title. So I'm going to insert a word art. Meghan Markle. I thought it would be fun to do someone different since I've been doing Billie Jean King the whole time. And no one shows Meghan Markle. So after I put her name, she's most famous now for being a princess. She was a famous actress beforehand. I'm going to maybe change the font. So because she was an actress, she was in the limelight. I think that looks good. Something like this. Yeah, I'll change the colors later on. I think that's a good start. Let me go on to another slide. Oops, happens sometimes. I accidentally did this slide as 9. No big deal. I'm just going to go ahead and drag it up to the top, and now it's slide 1. Now, I do want to number these slides. Actually, never mind. They are numbered. If you look right here, 1, 2, 3, I don't need a number on the actual slide, so ignore that. All right, now I want to go to slide 2, and I'm going to click here on slide 2. And I've got to read what I wrote so I can figure out what I want to show. So here I'm going to tell you what college she went to, and I'm going to tell you about her acting, and I'll finally getting a starring role in a famous series called Suits. Ooh, she got married once before, but they were divorced. And here I tell a story about her. She's half black, half white, and she had a hard time getting roles because of people either thought she wasn't white enough or they thought she wasn't black enough. So that's kind of an interesting story. Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and go back to Google search and look for a picture about her being about acting. All right. Can't find what I'm looking for. Oh, that's a pretty cool picture for later. Let's see. What is this? They attend something. No, that's just them attending an event. Let me go back. Sometimes it's hard to find what you're looking for. So, and Suits, it's the show that she was popular on. So here's Meghan and her co-star. And sometimes you can find other pictures once you click on one. But you've got to be careful because they're not all going to be in the Creative Commons. This one says Spoiler TV. I don't think that's in the Creative Commons. This one is. It says Wikimedia Commons here. So if it ever says that, you know that it's got to be free to use. Okay. Yeah, so these are a lot of the actors and actresses that starred with her in the series that she was popular in. So I'm the same thing, control click, copy image, go here. And because mostly this is about her acting career, this will actually look really nice. I'm going to make that as big as possible. I know it doesn't quite fit the slide, but if I just stretch it beyond the slide, is it going to let me? Yes, it will, if I'm careful. So I'm just dragging the corners, and if I drag the corner now, and I have a little finesse, I might be able to make it big enough to cover the slide. You'll only see what's in the slide, but since Megan's over here on the corner, it should be fine. Just a little bit of extra room there. That's good. Just made it a little bit bigger. Like, what do I say? I'm a perfectionist. Yeah, this is good. Looking good. I know that's a good way of doing it. So just, if you know how to do the background, it's probably a better choice. But let's see, if I click present, this is what the audience will see. I think that looks really good. Covers the whole slide. I can move it down just a little bit. Try again, present. So when I get to this slide, I'll talk a little bit about her, and finally I'll talk about her acting. So this is one of the things she's famous about. Okay, so that looks good for the second slide, and that matches some information that I'm going to be sharing. Next slide. Slide 3, I'm talking about when she was born. Here's a story about her mom and her dad, and a story about when she's little and she took a test and she didn't know what box to mark since she's half black and half white. And sometimes it asks you to mark whether you're white or African American, and she just didn't know which one to click on. So that's a pretty cool story actually about her life. Let's see if I can find a picture to match. Oh, I forgot to give attribution. Oops, such an easy thing to do. So it says here the author is Genevieve and the source is here, the original source. Okay, so author, this is what I'll do. I'll go back here, insert text box, and I'll just put photo by Genevieve. And then at Flickr, just another place that people can put images, kind of like Instagram. And I'll click it on in a second so you can see. If I go to this website, this person has taken the picture and has allowed others to use it. Okay, so back here, I'm going to make this text white since it's hard to see, and take off the background white, make it transparent. And on Flickr, which I need to change the spelling, I'll paste this so Ms. Milton can click on Flickr. Let's see if I can make it white. Yeah. Ms. Milton can click on that link and go to the photo credit. Let's see if it's still there. Yeah. Okay, so I think you get the picture. You just want to continue to give a photo credit on each picture that you choose. On this next one, I'll just do one more. I want to get Meghan Markle as a child. Let's see if I can find a picture of her as a child. No. sometimes it's hard to know because you don't know if, like, you might see a picture, but it's not really of her as a child. It's too bad. I know some really great ones, but I guess they're not copyright free. Maybe if I just choose medium, will it show up? No, no, definitely not. Okay, so I'm not gonna go here. Instead, I'm gonna try that great site, Unsplash. And I told you that she was taking like a standardized test and she had to mark whether she was white or black. So maybe if I type in Scantron. Nope. How about test? And it was like a bubble test. Let's see what I'm looking for still. Oh, there's some bubbles. How about testing? Still not see what I'm looking for. Let me type in standardized test. And that's what I'm looking for. It's like something like this. This is great. So this is where she had to mark what race she was. So I could use this one. This would be really great. Maybe even black, white. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so I think this, just double checking. I think I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so here's a picture. I do have to get attribution, so I'm going to go look for it first. Here's the photo credit. Too bad they didn't give me a website, but it's okay. It still is here. I'm allowed to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and press Control, copy image. On my next slide, I'm going to talk to you about a story when she was young. So this matches. I learned before you can do background if you know how to do that. Otherwise, you could just cover the slide with an image. Awesome. And I'm going to just copy this. Make this black since it'll show up better. And give photo credit. So alright, so photo by this person on Flickr. I'd like to find that photo. So I'm going to go to Flickr and search this person. There's no matches. Great. Let me try it this way. There she is, like when I clicked on people. And when I click on this person, there's this photo. Okay, I'm going to click on the photo. And now that I clicked on the photo, I got this link. And now I can just click the link button, paste in the link so Ms. Milton could always click on that link and get to the photo credit. Let's see if it showed up. Yeah, it's right here in the bottom left corner. So that should work. It's a little low. Maybe I'll just bring it a little bit higher. It's hard to see because of that bubble right there. I could move it over to make it a little bit easier for Ms. Milton to find and to read. Okay, so now you understand how to find an image. Can you have more than one image? Yes, I could have another one here. Could I have a few more words? Absolutely. You have to keep your words under 5, unless you have a specific reason which you think is artistic, in which case ask me. Like maybe I want to put a short quote right here, something that she said. It could work, but please get permission if you think about putting more than 5 words on a slide, because usually if students put more than 5 words, they lose points. So make sure you get permission beforehand. But with that said, you have the rest of the time to make your visual presentations. Have fun.